JCLady.
Hello there, this is Joanna from the channel JCLady Alternative Education. In this short video, I want to tell you a few words about my project, JCLady Alternative Education, but not exactly about the whole project on this channel, because it's huge. I just want to talk about a part of the language. I'm a teacher and I'm preparing the course of Polish for foreigners, and also I'm writing books. So this is the first video from the series where I will be explaining what are my books about and what will be during the course. There is also the playlist with shorts, short videos, which is like a funny way of learning Polish or learning about Polish or Polish versus other languages. So go check it. Now, my project, language project, my project of Polish is not the only project, Slavic project in Poland, and it's not the only Slavic project in the Slavic area. But I will be talking about Poland. So Poland is specific. There are many people who are interested in different areas. There are people who are interested in history, and there are books. There are lots of new books written about the history of Poland before Christian era, and it's very interesting. They are discovering stuff which was covered, which was secret, or which was not really politically correct. And there is Mr. Bieszk, for example, or Dębek. They are professors of from the universities who are starting writing about that, and it's interesting about Poland and about Lechia, and that's the whole new story. But my project will have this part, but just in a little of it. Now, there are other people who are interested not only in history, but also in mythology, Slavic mythology. And there is Mr. Białczyński, Czesław Białczyński, who wrote a huge 2 volumes Slavic mythology. It's basically Slavic. It's not really Polish. It's Slavic because he used the whole mythology of Slavic area, and it's a little like a tale. It's a little Graves style of mythology, but it's interesting. There is Tomasz Kosiński, who also writes about history and mythology. There is an old book of Mr. Malski. There are 2 people, 2 men who are writing about scripts, about writings, pagan Slavic writings. So there is one person who writes about Glagolitic script, and it's there is lots of philosophy in that. It's not only practical, but he does it practically. He's got like Facebook groups where he teaches writing in Glagolitic script, and it's Mr. Mroziński. And then there is the book of Mr. Kosowski about Slavic runes. All right, so there are many. Now there's a huge amount of blogs. There are people like Kamil Dudkowski, who is a traveler and who talks a lot about connection between Polish and Sanskrit, and a lot about history. So there are those projects. There is also a brand new project of Mr. What's his name? Prometheus is his nickname, and his name is Góralski, I guess. And about the Góralski, and he's got a project of a language. Now, most of those people just talk about the language in the sense they use a language as a tool. Now, Mr. Białczyński is really working with the language and talking about words and origin of words, Góralski as well, and then Mroziński and Kosowski is about writing, so it's very much connected to language itself. Now, that's it, I would say, because all those projects, it's like talking about the whole area of language, Slavic language, Polish language, then talking about the words and writing, but between words and texts, there is something, and that's grammar. So my project, basically, it's all about grammar, because I decided to be at the same time theoretical and practical. My course of Polish for foreigners will be very practical. My videos are very practical. But on the other side, I'm just writing books. It's theoretical, but it's also practical because it will be the course books. They will be the course books, but it's theoretical because I'm just working on the grammar. It will be a reformed grammar, all right? Now, the grammar, it's the structure, the rules that you take words, loose words, you put the structure, the rules, and you get the text, right? So that's how it works. And in my project, this is just the last word I'm just giving to you. My project is all about the spiral construction of the language, like that, right? So I'm really talking about, it's like Fibonacci's idea. Spiral, it goes like that, but it goes also back. So that's how the language works. And I'll explain that later, but I use all that. That's why I'm talking about history of the language and history of a Slavic area altogether, and philosophy and mythology. But I also talk about grammar like from the beginning. The sound, letter, then bigger parts, words, phrasals, texts. Okay, so that's all from me. Lots of sun. I guess I don't know if you can see me, but yeah. So I invite you to check the whole playlist. There will be lots of videos where I'll be talking about my books and my course of Polish and the language project. Okay, take care. Bye-bye, Joanna. Oh yeah, and from JCLady, the saying that I like, do remember that that's the language, the word that manifests the word, creates the word. The word creates the world.